What is up, guys? A little bit of a change in the lab tonight. I'm going to try a little bit of a different camera setup and we'll see how it works. I actually got a little bit inspired by watching some of John Locke's videos recently, and I'm pretty sure it was his. He had a boom setup for his webcam, and I thought, geez, that'd be great for my C920 because maybe we can actually get some higher quality video to work. Hopefully. We'll give it a shot. I'm just going to make sure that we are, in fact, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, still connecting. That's weird. Huh. Alright, well, whatever. So be it. Electronics Workshop is here. Cheers, Unexpected Makers here. Cheers, guys. I don't have too much tonight. More or less just wanted to test out the streaming rig. But what I do have is I have the Adafruit feathers on the bench, and I've been working away coating these up. And I need an antenna for the LORA radios attached. I'm actually surprised these things don't self-destruct without an antenna attached, but nothing in the documentation said that you couldn't run them without one, and I don't seem to have harmed it. But unfortunately, we get no range, and we're getting to the point now where I need to do some range tests and see how these things are going to work out. So we need an antenna. And we're running on 915 megahertz. So according to my numbers, we need approximately a 3-inch, or basically exactly a 3-inch antenna. Well, we could go much longer than that too. I forget what wavelength that works out to for 915 at 3-inch, but that should be tuned for the frequency. We're just going to use a simple piece of wire, and I'll end up probably coiling these because, oops, if I was off camera, I'm going to have to do this into an enclosure at some point, so I'll probably do them as a coiled style antenna. If you guys don't mind, if you enjoy these live streams, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, should anyone subscribe tonight, or do a super chat, or do or join Patreon, or do the live donation link down below, we should get to see my new notification system in action. It should let everybody know live with the message they left and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, we're going to need soldering iron. Tonight we're going to use the trusty WEP and the 5200 Unger that you guys have seen before on the channel. It's only one tiny solder joint, nothing to it. We will just strip a ever so tiny bit of this, and what I will do is, if I can, I will go to the USB microscope. My side cutters are finally getting to the end of life. It finally happened. Either that or this wire is actually ancient too. The coating might be getting a little bit crusty. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's actually the coating, not the side cutters. It's alright, we can burn it back a little bit. Anyal is here. Cheers. Armando is here. Cheers, Armando. How's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody building tonight? Love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of the new videos that I've been putting out lately? I got a whole bunch more in the queue, and hopefully they're working out good and you guys are enjoying them. I have a pile in the editing process now, and I'm trying some new things, and oh yeah, there we go. Streaming rig failure. My camera wasn't too bad after all. I still don't like the way the C920 focuses. The focus is all over the place, and I've tried to do it manual focus sometimes too, with almost no good luck. It's good if you just leave it static, but good set of side cutters, almost satisfying. Yeah, these ones you don't even want to know how old these are. These were my father's many, many moons ago. Actually, I got some. Oof, those are in rough shape. Check this out. Those are in really rough shape. I haven't dressed them lately and sharpened them, but I normally I baby them. I don't use them on nasty stuff, but you can see there's it's getting pretty chunky. But I can dress those back up. We can fix those up. Okie dokie. So we're gonna take, these are the Adafruit Feather with the 32U4, and we will take these. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, I melted my my pad the other day with the reflow oven because I'm an idiot, and now it's all warped. Funny enough, I'd already ordered a new one just because these ones are getting a little crusty. It's time to get something a little better looking. But right now it's gonna have our, oh god, it helps if it's turned on. I turned the reflow on, but I did not turn the WEP on, and the younger takes quite a bit longer to come up to temperature, so we just need another moment. And I'm just gonna check the stream. Yeah. What do you guys think of the new camera setup? We have the USB microscope, and then up here in the corner I have kind of the overview of the bench, and then the C920 overhead, so hopefully it's going to work out pretty good. We'll see. What do you guys think? What's on the scope? Seems to be some sort of electrical signal. Yeah, on the scope that was actually in the background, you can see that is a sine wave generated by my new field tech. I guess our alert works. Well, I suppose our alert system works. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, so this is just a signal being generated by the FieldTech arbitrary waveform generator. I was just doing some playing with it earlier tonight, finalizing the video on this. There's a full review coming up. This thing is bloody awesome. I should have bought it years ago. Years and years and years ago. Thank you, Scott. Well, at least if the alert worked on your end, I could hear it in my headset and I could see it on my stream display. So I'm guessing we now have, so if anybody subscribes, we get an alert. Not as big as that one, not as crazy as that one, but if anybody donates like that, or joins Patreon, or uses the donate link, we should get a fairly audible and visual alert. All right, let's see. Which one of these is the antenna pin? This is the antenna pin right over here in this corner, labeled ENT. Perfect. Should we bring the antenna out the bottom or the top? I think we should bring it through from the bottom, maybe. Actually, yeah, let's do it from the bottom, just to keep things the way they are. Keep the solder the pins towards the top on this feather. So we will go up through on the pin. We will get it on das camera. You guys can follow along. I'm not gonna tack this down. I forgot to go and grab some poster tack stuff from the other room before I went live. That'll do. That'll do. A little crooked, but good, good. Alright, so that should have... What is going on? I got that camera all over the place. And there we go. We've got 915 megahertz tuned antenna on there, all set. Happy, 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 joy, joy. And we'll go ahead and set that back into, this is the Adafruit side-by-side board. Side-by-side breakout. Let's go back. I like the new cam stuff. You should have a draw for your old cam stuff. No, yeah, I did get rid of any cameras. Mike. I cannot read that chat too far away. Hello, guys from Balaji, I think. Chai just unsubscribed and subscribed. I didn't see anything. Yeah, well, the alert works, but if you unsubscribe, then it there's probably a bit of a delay too with the YouTube API, and it may ignore those who have just recently unsubscribed. It's quite possible. All right, so that one's ready to go, and let's get the other one out. This one's got the OLED backpack right on the top. These are both from, this is all from Adafruit and was not paid for by me. This is for my day job, so unfortunately I will not be sharing the code for this stuff, although I wish I could. I might be able to at a later date, we'll see, but for now, just because I'll show you guys what I made and how it works, or at least the beginnings of it, but we won't be open sourcing the code this time around. There we go. I really like this new USB microscope. It was under 20 bucks from eBay China, and I do have it ready to go on my Amazon store too. Once I give it a bit more time and make sure it's gonna do the trick. But so far so good. The weight balance is a little funky, but overall it lets you. That's kind of a fugly solder joint. It's a little blobby, but whatever. I'm not going to get too picky tonight. We now have a tuned antenna. Should be good. Sweet. Let's go ahead. We're done with the microscope. Let's set these up and power them up maybe. I'll show you guys the code that I've got running. I whipped it up. I don't know, how long did it take me? I think it was one full night of coding. And I just have to make sure that I got this back in the way it's supposed to be. Is what I have. Yeah, that's right. What I have is the I have just a ground line run over and just to the ground bus on this breadboard. And then I also have the enable pin jumpered over to it. So when we plug our battery in, the enable pin, if you tie it to ground, it will not power up the microcontroller. And it will not, it just kills the regulator, the 3.3 volt regulator entirely, which is super, super cool. It's like a soft power function. Okay, now, let's see. I wonder if this will focus. I've still got the protective coating on these two. Not the best focus. If we go out a little bit, are you guys even going to be able to read it? It is really small text. Damn, I don't think this C920 is going to behave. At the top we have a counter, which is not counting. That counter is there to debug my code. Oh, it was counting. I was just too bloody blind to see it. And then this one, if we go ahead and remove the reset, the enable from ground, it should power up. And you can't see it on the screen at all because it's completely washed out, but the counters are counting up on both of them, which is again just my debug. I have an RSSI reading of the last packet, the signal strength, and that is completely useless. Let's try this. And there we go. Sweet. There we go. You guys can see that now. So we got the counter just for the debugging, the RSSI of the last packet received, and the status of the other radio, in which, like, this one is programmed as the slave. So it is sitting here receiving packets, receiving messages from the transmitter, and in this case it's a string sent from the transmitter, and the string says TX online. And I put in the code that if it should stop receiving packets, and I'm going to simulate that now by unplugging the other radio here, you can see top right, if I unplug it, RSSI goes to 0, and we get a no connection, and that's just static in the code that if no packet received, then display no connection. And let's plug that back in. It actually, I was pretty proud of this code. I couldn't find anything pre-made for this. Bits and pieces were pre-made, but there, we're back online. Transmitter's online, and up in the corner, this is pre-made for the OLED library, the Adafruit library, for a battery level indicator. In which case, we're full battery at 4.2 volts on our single cell lithium ion. And on the other radio, we have it displaying the RSSI, same as the other one, except it's receiver online, the RX online. And if I unplug the battery, it's same thing happens. It should go to 0 on the signal and no connection to the receiver. And this is to, this is a notification system that'll be sensing one sensor from a very long distance. And anytime we go to no connection, I will sound an alarm with a buzzer, which actually we might as well start whipping up right now. And yeah, now we have it on the screen too. Pretty cool. Did I order from the Things Network? No, I did not. Which libraries did I use? I would have to go get the code. There's about I think 6 libraries. So the default stuff, the Feather OLED library, the Radio Master library that's recommended when you go on the Adafruit Learn page for these LORA radios, these 915 megahertz radios. In the Learn, she recommends using third party's GitHub, and it has all the code for this. And I had to piece it together with some of the Adafruit example and some of the Radio Master GitHub libraries code, because it was wrong on some things and it simply didn't work. And then Adafruit had some things right in their Learn code, but some things wrong in their Learn code too. It was really quite an exercise to get things all happy. So what we're going to use in this case, I've already shared did I share this schematic? Yeah, I did. I shared it in Discord. The people who joined me in Discord would have seen the schematic for this, but basically we're going to use a 2N222 transistor, which this should be a 2N222 with NPN transistor, but we can check that real quick with this cool handy component tester that I just love for things such as this. And yep, sure enough, NPN transistor, perfect, gives our terminals for the emitter, base, and collector. We're going to use one of these, and we're going to use a buzzer. Where's my buzzers? I got these from Adafruit as well. I already had some buzzers in the bin, but because work was buying this, I got some. And we're going to use one of these, and it should be plenty loud, and it will be driven by the 2N222, and that way we won't cook our microcontroller or destroy the output on it. And yeah, that's going to be the extent of it. We now can now I can go ahead and do a range test on these. I was unable to do that before. I want to know how far they're going to go. I suspect I'm going to get probably a couple kilometers out of them. And in my application, because the master is going to be at significant heights up in the sky, with clear line of sight to the slave, I expect I should be able to get many kilometers out of it. Many, probably, but we're going to test it. And then we'll coil up these antennas, make it all pretty, make a 3D printed case that holds, actually that's a bad example, that's because I'm not going to build it side by side. We're going to be using this with them stacked vertically. I'll design that in Autodesk Fusion 360, which I need to relearn what I'm doing in there, and we'll stack it, and then I'm gonna have the printed circuit boards made by either, I don't know, PCBWay or Oshpark, and then we will reflow them in my new reflow oven, which is right behind the camera over there, that you guys will see 2 videos on next week. There's a 2-part video series coming for you guys next week, starting Tuesday morning, part 1, the initial overview and unboxing and blah 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 of the T962 reflow hot air reflow or infrared reflow oven will go live, and then on Friday is the complete teardown and mods of it and review and some functional testing where I bake a PCB. I'm really, I love it. Spoiler, I really love the hot air rework gun. Bought a USB microscope in late 2016, more than what you got yours, but it's a great microscope. Very, very cool. Really good stuff here, 5x5. Thank you. Cheers. Head-to-head test would be cool. Yeah, I might have to do that at some point. I wonder if I could back that camera off. So I'm still learning what we can do with this C920. That's a little better at that focal distance. If we go any tighter, it seems to be dicey whether it focuses, but that's a little better. Yeah, I think this is going to work. You guys let me know, because from here I can swing around and we can get onto the oscilloscope, and we can also do things over on this side of the bench and work directly with the overhead. I was running this on a tripod before, and I don't think that was very good for these live streams, but you guys let me know what you think. Right on. I think that's it for tonight. I think that was fun. That's just little things, baby steps, build this project up. Now I can get out and test it out and do a range test. And with any luck, this is going to work good. I have some slide switches going on. It'll be on the PCB. I'll show the PCB to you guys and stuff. And when we bake it, because I have a few resistors and a cap that have to be on here for the sensor that I'm hooking to it. So should be kind of fun. And then we'll see how it goes. It should be cool. Alright guys, that's it. Throw a thumbs up on this video if you like these. It truly helps the channel. Lets me know you guys are out there. Thank you for the donation tonight and testing out our live alert system. It's truly appreciated. The donations go right back into not this project, but all of the other projects and cameras and everything to bring the content to you guys. And truly appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are like one big extended family for me out there. I will see you guys with a new video on Friday. Have a good night. Cheers.